Okay, update. I have about 10 billet cores available. It's only thing we can do. We've been down for 6 months for cams, and it's killing everybody. The difference is these are higher price. They're still billet core. Obviously, you could do a custom billet cam for freaking $1,100 to $1,500, but who wants to do that on a Ram? You know, just trying to get some torque out of the thing. But anyway, the cams are shipped in the US here, Continental. I include $30 of shipping with it, so it's $629 for these cams. If you're really serious and you want one, there's 10 left to go. I've got 215 lobe, 220 lobe, 236 lobe. I can cut them, you know, on the typical 108s. And maybe on the 236 for the 408, you can go up to a 110 or 112, which will still have the same amount of torque on a 408, but it will have a little bit better, smoother idle if that's what you're looking for. Like me, I tow the RV and the quads with our 408. So the 108 LSA, sometimes when you get down to cruising about 1500 in overdrive, you can feel it chug a little bit being on a 108. So if you back it off on, say, a 110 or a 112 LSA, you won't feel that. You'll have a smooth ride, crap load of torque. But anyway, so this is as of the making of this update here. That's the cams I've got available right now. And as for comp, they're still 6 months down right now. They don't know. They think sometime in February, around the last part of February, they may get some cores in. And there's a couple of orders that have already been placed. So even if they do get cores in, they're probably already sold. So that means another freaking 4, 5, 6 months waiting on camshaft profiles. So anyway, get these while you can. Sorry about the price, nothing I can do. I get jacked on freaking PayPal charges anyway, so all I'm doing is passing the cam pretty much along to you. And then I'm also, this month, I'm going to be releasing the 3D printed twin 53 millimeter for guys that don't want to do the oval port setup on their intake manifold. They basically have a manifold that's already done, and they just want to drop throttle body on it. The twin 53 3D print is the way to go. Obviously, when you get into a stage 1 or stage 2 type intake manifold, you're definitely gonna want the 108, because the 108 is just max airflow for that intake manifold, period. Game over, end of conversation. So anyway, that's done. I'm also probably going to, now that we're making a lot more boost on our SRT4, I'm probably going to take and bring the stock throttle body over into CAD and SolidWorks and draw it up and do a 65 and 70 millimeter 3D printed throttle body for the SRT4 Neon. So for you guys out there that have Neons like we do and work on them all the time like we do, then you'll have a better setup for a stock intake manifold. About 65 to 70 millimeters is probably the most you can do without modifying the intake to really make it a restriction. Obviously, your charge tube going into it to fit a 65 or 70 millimeter is going to have to be enlarged, or you're going to have to run a coupler adapter that sizes up to that throttle body. So I'll have those in the works coming up. And then just keying along, still doing my billet fuel rails on the blower here. It's kind of taking the back seat with everything going on. So my dyno test coming up on the 408 has got a 220X cam in it. It freaking vomits torque. It has all the torque it needs for pulling our RVs and setup that we need. I'm going to do a dyno test on that. That 408 has a stock, it has a stage 1 intake manifold with a 108 millimeter on it, and it runs a 220X cam. So we're going to do dyno on that. Then we're going to switch over the stage 2 manifold onto it, hopefully on the same day, and then do like a time-lapse video so you can see the results between the two and the gains between them on a 408. And then later on, we're going to go for the 236, 110 LSA camshaft change on there, which will get us more horsepower, but it's still not going to make this, as much torque down low as the 220 in the stage 1 intake. Because I mean, we're just trying to build for torque down below 3,000 RPM. So anyway, so get the cams while you can. I can't promise that they're going to be on the site very long. So I know a bunch of you have emailed me about updates for it and want me to email you back, but I can't save all those emails, you know, of people that are wanting to be contacted. So I told you to watch the video as much as you can. Keep an eye on this. They're back up in the store too. Right now it's the UTP 450 and the UTP 500. If you need to change the specs on them, you gotta email me and say, hey, I ordered the 450 cam on your website right there. Can you please change the specs to this for my blah, 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 and let me know. And then I'll let you know in my master load catalog what we have to be able to accommodate your profile. So anyway, take care. It's snowing outside. Yep, still snowing. We got, we call them albino brain chiggers out here. But anyway, hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you guys pretty soon. Take care.